Hey Virgo, welcome in, or Virgo placements, I should say. So wherever Virgo is in your chart, today we're going to be exploring themes around Saturn and the 8th house for you, right? So if we think about Virgo, Virgo is very grounded energy, sort of hermit energy. It's all about, security. Well, that's kind of Taurus, but it's about having a process in place. Now, 8th house rules, right? Other people's money, inheritance, transformation, which can be challenging maybe for a Virgo. There's some, I think Virgos like to have control, is sort of what I'm saying, and to transform. That's one of those things where you ultimately have to, trust and release. And so there could be you may have had some lessons or tests present themselves that were a little bit challenging. If we also think about where Saturn's been, it's across the hall in Pisces. Had been. It's just moved into Aries. So there could be, right, like spiritual tests, right, now showing up maybe in the 3D. I don't know. We've got Sagittarius, which is the natural ruler of the 9th house, belief systems, with focus. So it's time to draw in your focus. You might be closing out a test of some type, right? So pay attention to where Virgo is in your chart. If it's not your rising sign, right, is your Saturn sign in Virgo? Does Virgo rule your 8th house, right? So think about some of those placements and how they might influence or shape this message for yourself. Again, you're being called to focus, and Virgo loves to focus on the details. So you're just being reminded maybe of that. Let's see what else we got here. One more. Okay, knowledge. Again, kind of Sag energy. What have you been learning? Ooh. Okay. So you're being asked to pay attention and kind of focus in on the messages that are coming to you right now, Virgo. There's going to be knowledge that allows you to release something that hasn't been good for you. Ultimately, right, allowing you maybe to transform, allowing you to release your dependence on somebody else's money as well, right? Could be some of that. There's also could be spiritual inheritance, right? This knowledge that you are receiving could be of a higher vibration, allowing you to release, right, worthiness wounds about your own ability to access divine inheritance and wisdom. Let's see. Okay, so we have the weasel and the pine, which talks about introspection. So again, focus energy. We've got loyalty with the hound and the pears, and then we have preparation. Yeah, so this is transformation energy. The knowledge that you've amassed, the wisdom that you've amassed over time, you can be trusted with it. Saturn understands your skill set, your diligence, your ability to put in the work. It understands that, I don't know, I think I'm reading these wrong. The more I spend time with these, I want to flip-flop, right? Okay. I do still think that Saturn is pleased with your work. But this knowledge, you've been gathering your nuts. You've kind of been stowing them away. And they haven't been appreciated. I think what you've seen, so you've been hard at work. You've been chiseling away. You've been doing the work. Busy little beaver, building things, building systems, building your own identity. Yeah, you're healing because it hasn't been reciprocated. Um, you're releasing loyalty to the wrong people. You've given away your power, Virgo, by trusting in the wrong connections. Maybe you didn't do a good enough job, or, there was just a weasel. Pay attention. There's, that's weasel energy. If you are a bright light, if you are the hermit, which you are, and you're holding the bright light, you're attracting, right? Moth to flame. And sometimes you might not be attracting those who are here for your best and highest good, those who are going to speak positive on your name when you're not in the room. And I think you were so focused on doing a good job and doing the right things and, building your craft, right, that you didn't kind of see what was happening. You were, head down. What can we do here? How can we solve these problems? Like you're all about solutions. And all the while, people were taking advantage of your ethic, your ideas, your hard work. And now you're also aware of that. You've become aware of that, and you're ready to release that, release loyalties to folks who don't deserve it. So that's about 5 minutes of that one narrative. All right, so let's take a look at how we got here, what's going on now that we're here, and what's to come next. Can't fight these guys. So we're going to take this. You're closing up a cycle. Again, 8th house energy. You're passing the test. You're transforming. This is it, right? You're closing up the cycle. Dead, done, over with. Offer of love, right? You're pouring into your own cup now, right? You understand that you are the priority, Virgo, and you deserve to, receive your own love, right? So now you can step into who you're here to be. You're having an awakening about this, right? So this is that transformation moment. You're being activated. You're seeing, right, the ways in which you've done yourself dirty. So this is happening. This is underway. This has recently happened. And you see it very clearly now. You trust. There's no more second guessing. Like, oh, am I sure that I'm, not misinterpreting their intentions? Maybe I'm just being prickly. No, you're not. Just didn't work out. But you needed to learn that lesson. You needed to know that, it can come from inside of the house. It can come from that close. It could come from family. And that's okay. Now you've learned, right? Now you have the knowledge to navigate relationships with more confidence, more accuracy, more precision, gathering, right, the correct data to make informed decisions as you go. And that's going to set you up for success. It's going to allow you, right, to navigate what's coming. So let's see what that is. Okay, we have the King of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, new opportunity time. Yep, Page of Pentacles, Pentacles, all about work. Work. What are we building here? Virgo, what are you building? You're building a really strong, right? A really strong new foundation. And you're going to be presented, right, with an opportunity to learn something new. This could be a new creative project. This could be a new role. This could be a new industry. This could be a new job altogether. Be open to a redirect. Be open to opportunities that feel good, that offer reciprocity, right? Look for that. Ensure that there's something for you. You're done giving away your loyalty without the return on that investment. Come on, start treating yourself like your own personal brand, right? Oh my heavens, that's a lot. All right. What's coming in? There's a conversation coming your way. Truth. It's time to move. Time to move. Nights, nights, nights. All right. There could be a clash as well of action and truth, right? There could be some messages coming in that feel a little prickly. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah. Yep. Look at all those tens. Okay. All right. So there's conversations coming in. We've got the night energy. So this is action. There's a conversation about, hey, this is the way we need to move forward. Here's the role I need you to play, right? I need you to light the way. I need you to light the passion. I need you to fire up the troops, right? And I need you to do it in an inspiring and like, I need you to get things going, right? We're not quite at this King of Pentacles energy, right? What's coming is we're building this new thing. We know that we want to channel our experience, the knowledge, right? The preparation we have in this other thing, like the King of Pentacles, but like everything's changing. So we're building back to this energy. And to do it, the thing that's going to kick it off, right? There's going to be a conversation, incoming message coming your way. It could be, right? Again, we've had such talks about Gemini or Uranus moving into Gemini, activation energy, stroke of genius, right? That's all coming in. And it's going to, right, move, or it's going to shift the energy into movement. So if you felt stagnant, right? I'm here, all earth energy, pentacles. I'm here. I know there's a new thing. I want to learn about the new thing. There's not a lot of movement here. There's opportunity. There's a desire to learn something new. And now it's time to go. Now, if we look at what's going on here, though, we have the page. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Those are pages. My bad. I thought we also had the Knight of Pentacles, but it's Page of Pentacles. We're not there yet. Anyway, so lots of pentacles, lots of, we've got swords and wands here. Understand that there's, the catalyst here is that you're pouring into yourself. This is coming from a place of, don't lose sight of that. Don't lose sight of the heart, and doing things that are aligned with what you love. And quick call back to that. All right, so we've got this activation energy. You're going to get your notification, your communication coming in. It's going to send you on a path. It could also, right, these two energies could collide, right? You might expect to collide, right, with, hey, here's the idea and here's the how, and, just expect that it's all going to come together, right? We're going to see these two. They're going to see each other. They're going to mirror back to one another. Like, I see your passion. I see your wisdom, right? Like, there's going to be that experience coming up for you. In the advice, right, we have the Six of Cups, which is inner child energy. Inner child energy, it's nostalgia. It's taking something, it's taking the dream from your childhood and, living it. What did you want to be when you were a little kid? Right? Your advice is to get clear on that. And your advice is to kind of, say, hey, I see you. Maybe things didn't work out exactly the way it is, but maybe we can resurrect some of that. Maybe we can bring some of that into the equation. 3 tens. So the only one that's missing is the 10 of swords. And right, if there's something missing, it could be the loudest one. You may have, this world, this closing of the chapter is probably because you see the 10 of swords. You see, and you have released the loyalty to the person, people, places, or things that did you dirty. Good for you. Heck yeah. All right. So you see it, you've healed, the inner child wounds, right? That came from that 10 of swords. You're ready to rock and roll. You've got the 10 of wands, which, you know, a lot of times she can look very burdened, but here she looks kind of warrior like she's ready to go to battle. She's got everything she needs. She's ready to reap the benefits of her harvest, right? She's here to harvest, right? All the work that's gone into this cycle, she's here for it. 10 of cups, she's going to bring it down to earth, right? That's a rainbow. It's beautiful. It's up in the sky. Everybody wants to play beneath it. We want to ground it. We want to ground it in reality. We want to ground it in legacy. We want to ground it in what we can touch, feel, see, plan, right? Like that's all coming your way. Virgo, amazing job. Lovely transformation. Don't lose sight of everything you've learned as you've gone. Because like there will be pop quizzes along the way, but geez, Louise, this has been a cycle for you. You've done a lot of work. You've been hurt and harmed pretty legit. And you've definitely done the work to kind of heal those wounds. They will show up again. You will be tested. The depth of your healing will be tested. So know that. But you've gotten clear on the opportunity. You're ready to take charge. You know, be curious as you go. Have passion. Move forward with passion, with excitement, with joy, right? Like with curiosity. Don't go along to get along, you know? Like challenge the status quo. You've amassed a lot of knowledge along the way. Use that experience, but know that there's still more to learn. Bring your inner child along for the ride and have some fun. Okay? Put the spreadsheet away and have some fun, Virgo. Because this is the good stuff. This is the good stuff. You've gotten through that 10 of swords energy. You see who you are. You've had your awakening, right? You've learned the thing that you need to learn. Take a look at where your north node is. Take a look at, you know, sort of the planetary energy around that. What's been unlocked for you? Where have you received or where have you observed and really gotten clear on that deception, right? That's propelling you. Take a look at Chiron. Chiron's in Aries right now. So also look at where Aries is in your chart. That's the wounded healer, right? And so like if you get super crystal clear on what that is, what that wound is for yourself, or maybe where that sits in your chart and so on and so forth, when you heal that, man, does that turn things up, right? That becomes your superpower. So all of those things in mind, right, Virgo, you're teed up for a really prosperous and fulfilling next chapter. So I hope you found something of benefit here in this message. Take what resonates, leave behind anything that doesn't. But I should hope that something in here, if I was a Virgo, I would want this to resonate for me. So put the energy where it sits for you. And I wish you all the best. Till next time.